The Chief Magistrates Court in Nairobi has set for hearing on Tuesday, the 7th of September 2021, an application in which Royal Media Services Chairperson Dr SK Macharia is seeking to institute private prosecution against 14 intended accused persons over criminal offences relating to shares and finances at the Directline Assurance Company Limited. So the application, which has been scheduled for hearing before Principal Magistrate D Ndungi, has been filed against Police Inspector General Hillary Mutyambai, Director of Public Prosecutions Noordin Haji, Director of Criminal Investigations Kinoti, and Attorney General Kihara. In the court papers, Dr SK Macharia and Directline Assurance Company accused the Director of Public Prosecutions Noordin Haji of declining to prosecute the 14 intended accused despite overwhelming evidence of criminal offences relating to shares and finances of Directline Assurance Company.
In an application filed by Macharia and Company advocates, Raw Media Services Chairman Dr SK Macharia and the Directline Assurance Company said that they are seeking private prosecution of suspects whom the Director of Public Prosecution, Noordin Haji, declined to prosecute despite overwhelming evidence against the suspects. The charges against the 14 intended accused relate to the handling of shares and finances at the Directline Assurance Company Limited and criminal offences that date as far back as the year 2011. The 14 intended accused allegedly engaged in fraudulent transfer of shareholding and monies amounting to over 4 billion Kenya shillings between the year 2012 and 2018. Dr SK Macharia and Directline Assurance Company unsuccessfully lodged their complaints with the police and the DPP. The application for private prosecution has listed 4 respondents, including Attorney General Kihara Kariuki, the Inspector General of Police Hillary Mutyambai, the Director of Public Prosecutions Noordin Haji, and the Director of Criminal Investigations Kinoti. The applicants that include Dr SK Macharia, Raw Media Services, Royal Credit Limited, and the Directline Assurance accused DPP Haji of partisanship and failure to exercise his constitutional mandate of prosecuting criminal offences. The applicants have filed in court a trail of communication, including a letter dated 18th of March 2021, in which the Director of Public Prosecution, Noordin Haji, informed the Inspector General of Police that the office of the DPP could not establish a clear-cut crime to warrant prosecution of the 14 intended accused. Dr SK Macharia and Directline Assurance described the letter by the DPP declining prosecution as an act of injustice against the applicants. Dr Macharia and Directline Assurance resorted to seeking private prosecution, citing persistent frustration. The alleged offences against the 14 intended accused revolve around 3 complaints previously filed with the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. First one is the fraudulent transfers of shares in Directline Assurance Company Limited by some of the directors now listed as the intended accused. Secondly, theft of money belonging to the Directline Assurance Company Limited by some directors and their associated companies. And thirdly, obtaining money by false pretenses by directors that allegedly bought apartments and land in the name of the Directline Assurance Company Limited. The application for private prosecution seeks to establish 18 counts relating to the fraudulent transfer of shareholding, stealing of funds to the tune of billions, and a breach of the Insurance Act at the Directline Assurance Company Limited by the 14 intended accused. The application had been filed under a certificate of urgency by Macharia and Company advocates, whose assisting counsel Julius Orenge confirmed that all the respondents have already been served. The Nairobi Magistrates Court scheduled that the matter be heard in the presence of both applicants and the respondents on Tuesday, the 7th of September 2021, before Principal Magistrate D Ndungi. Wahiga Mwaura, Citizen TV.